Welcome back. I hope you're feeling awesome. As a part of this video, we'll understand type 0 and type 1 SCDs. Let me ask you a question. What is your date of birth? It brings a smile on your face, isn't it? Look at this cute kid. So let us say your date of birth is 12/5/1996. Will your date of birth remain same or it is going to change? Isn't it a silly question? Yes, it is. Date of birth will never ever change. Once you have born on the day, that will never ever change. Why am I talking about the date of birth here? That is where type 0 SCD comes into picture. What exactly is a type 0 SCD? It is a fixed dimension. What do I mean by that? Data in this dimension will never change. It is always original data. If the data is not changing, do you need to do anything to take care of this? No. That is the reason type 0 is a passive method. Since the data is not changing, nothing required to be done by yourself as a developer. So we call this ACD as a fixed dimension. Just to reiterate, in type 0, dimension attributes never change. As I said, one of the example is date of birth and other example is sales transaction. Another example is join date. For example, you'll go and purchase a wonderful laptop bag for yourself. That happened to be a couple of years back. Let us say 21st November 2021. Will this change? No, you have purchased the laptop bag on this date. This sales transaction date is never going to change. Let us say you have joined the company on a particular date. Will that change? No. All these dimensions are never going to change. That is the reason it is called as a fixed dimension. Wonderful. That was fixed dimension. The next SCD is type 1. If I ask you a question, why are we talking about the SCD type 0, type 1, type 2? The answer is if there is a change in the dimensions, we want to manage them. We want to tackle the changes. The referential integrity is taken care. So in type 1, the way we are tackling the SCD changes by replacing the old value with the new value. Here, what we are doing is we are overwriting the old value in a attribute, value in a table with the new date. Since we are overwriting, there is no track of the historical data. That is the reason we call type 1 SCD is of no history. It is tackling the changes but without maintaining the history. Obviously, SCD type 1 is implemented only whenever there is no need to store the historical data. Let us take a couple of examples here. Assume you have a vendor table which has vendor key, vendor code, vendor name, and vendor state. Vendor state happens to be Karnataka. For a vendor, for some reason, he has to shift to another state, which is a neighboring state, that is Tamil Nadu. In that case, we have to take care of this change. How are we taking care of this change? By replacing the Karnataka with the Tamil Nadu TN. So how are we tackling the changes? By replacing the old value with the new value. Let us take another example here. Assuming that our employee Raju has joined in a US location. He really didn't like the US. So he shifted to UK. How are we tackling this change? By replacing USA with the UK, that is United Kingdom. That is how we are tackling the changes. But while we're tackling the changes, we are not maintaining the history. Let us look at what are the advantages of this type 1 SCD. Advantages are, in this case, maintenance is very easy because we are just replacing the old value with the new value. There is no tracking of the history. Nothing need to be done extra. Because we are not adding any extra rows, the size of the data warehouse will remain same. As compared to the other SCDs, the size of the data warehouse will be less. One of the disadvantages is there is no historical data in the data warehouse. If I want to tackle what has happened in the previous vendor time and what was the earlier location of an employee, I don't have a data for that. In most of the cases, that is a disadvantage. Awesome. We understood type 0 and type 1 SCD. Let us look at the other SCDs in the subsequent videos. Thank you.